Okay, I think we are live. Let me check my mic here.
How we doing tonight? What's going on? Give it a second to cycle through. Okay. We are back. It's good to see you guys. I missed y'all. It's been a couple weeks. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to live stream last week, and I apologize for that. Had a lot of things going on around the shop, a lot of things we were kind of catching up on. And yep, so we're here tonight, and like I said, been a couple weeks, and it's always fun to do a live stream with my foxbody friends here on Sunday night. And I enjoy it. It's one of the things I enjoy the most about my channel, so I can just talk some foxbody shit with some foxbody friends, kick off the week. It's always a good thing, right? So I do apologize if like the internet, I don't know, it's not gonna make any excuses. Are we live? I mean, is it already messing up on me here? Hang on a second. Are we good? All right. Yep. I think we're good, right? Clean, sound good? Yeah, there we go. All right. So anyways, we are talking tonight, talking a little shit tonight on some foxbody stuff. Kind of was, I like to think of topics that would engage with like more, like with the chat and the audience and shit. And I think one of the topics that we did talk about a long time ago is if you had like $1,000 or if you like bought like a foxbody Mustang back in the day, what was your favorite first mod? Like, I'm going to tell you mine, and I'm going to ramble off some people who are in chat and shit like that. And LS Swap wasn't around back in the 90s, so that's not a valid excuse up here in chat, okay? So we're going to go ahead and leave that one out. And Coyote Swap, well, I mean, I guess, I don't know. Some people, that may be, that might have been a viable swap and viable first mod, I guess, for some people if, if they were just now getting into it. But it is what it is. I don't really care. But my favorite, like I've owned a foxbody for probably 25 years. Like I think I talked the last time we were on live stream, like some of my most, memorable moments and shit was like I owned a 70 or an 81, and then I owned an 82. Those were like my first foxbodies. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. If I'm going to build a foxbody or I'm going to like a foxbody, like I got to actually like the damn thing. So back in the day, like some of my very first mods, like I want to hear some of you guys first. I want to hear some of your guys' mods first. So, what's up, Carlos? Good to see you. Let me start by saying I'm gonna throw my fox off a cliff. Been chasing an overheating issue ever since I swapping water pumps. Really making me mad. So I would just put a different water pump on it. To be honest. You sure you ain't got the belt on backwards? Again, if we're just talking some foxbody shit on a Sunday night. So I want to talk about foxbody mods and some of you guys' first mods, but I'm also open to like the, if you guys got any tech talk and shit like that. That's what we talk about here. So have a little fun, talk a little shit. Anthony L, I did catch your I got your email, so I'm looking for BBQ 5.0. So I need his email too. I know he mentioned something in the chat or whatever. Silent One, what's going on? Shout out to Neo. Busy, but stopping in to. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you stopping in, brother. Sublime in the house. How we doing, brother? Well, we good. We're not cutting in and out now, right? No. Bama 5.0 in the house. Mine was suspension. So your first mod was suspension. So let me show y'all. I got me a new. We went down to Tennessee and we ruined the whiteboard. So I had to go buy a cheap one from the store, unfortunately. So we'll put a little something on the whiteboard, maybe. I don't know. See how. So suspension. What did you do on the suspension? That was your very first mod. You go and lift this heavy old transmission over here. My thing broke. Like my damn whiteboard stand broke, bruh. Underdrive pulleys. That's interesting. Underdrive pulleys. Why would you put underdrive pulleys on? Why did we put underdrive pulleys on? Shit, I don't even remember. Like, what was the mechanical advantage of that? Did it have a bigger water pump pulley and like a smaller crank pulley? I can't even remember. I ain't had them on in that long. What do you say? Audio good. So, wheels and tires that make or break the car. So that's exactly what I was going to say. So I'm going to put that on my little whiteboard here. Look at that. I don't need no damn stand. I got a damn box. So we did a Tremec real quick. We did a Tremec no prep stick shift series, whatever, points race a couple weeks ago. And we ended up winning the second chance race. My car running like ass. And that's exactly why we're not racing for a couple weeks. Probably won't be racing for another month or so. We got some shit we need to change in the white car over here. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But, I'll let you guys in on, or let you guys know what's, what the scoop is. We got to finish the season pretty strong. Got a lot of racing to still do the rest of the year. But, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But, Tyler Garlock ended up taking home like $800, and Dan Watts was runner up at $400. And it was a pretty good little shootout. I like to race here in the channel. I like to bring that shit to you guys here in the channel. I know a lot of you guys may not really care for it and shit, and that's okay. Just as long as you watch it, as long as you see us out there keeping our shit off the jack stands. But it takes it's like a battle of attrition when it comes to stick shift racing or just racing. Always something broken. Headers and exhaust. That's a good one. What's up, Michael 5.0 Ranger? So wheels and tires is exactly what I was going to say. I think every Mustang I owned had to have wheels first. I think wheels were my first one. We're going to put that on. I know somebody said suspension. Why was it suspension, Bama? What on it did you change? That was suspension wise. Favorite first mods. Oh, we upside down, but I don't care. On this whiteboard. We ain't been on the damn whiteboard in a while, fellas. Huh? Wheels. You guys got gears. That's a good one. So we can say gears. Here's the thing, and this is the reason why we're doing this content here in the channel, just to kind of reiterate on what Scott's saying here. Gear, like I did the rebuild diff. A lot of the how-to videos aren't popular. They're not meant to be. I'm okay with the fact it didn't get a whole lot of views. That's not what I'm here to do. Eventually, one day, just like the 387, just like that, what happened with the with the T5 rebuild ones that I did, with the stock bottom end, like the flip piston stuff, that shit gets better over time because someone is going to come back to that video more than once to try to rebuild the differential. It's probably one of the biggest maintenance things that you need to do on your foxbody Mustang. On top of like, your clutch and your transmission fluid that nobody ever does, right? They always think that something else is wrong with the car, but it's just normal maintenance to do a differential rebuild, AKA refresh, whatever you want to call it. You can factor in a whole brake rebuild on top of that. There's just a lot of stuff that can happen that doesn't really require a whole lot of money and just a little bit of, entry level, I guess you could say entry level, mechanics. It's not really something that's all that difficult. You know what I mean? So I like to bring that shit here to the channel, and I appreciate you guys for watching it that already know what I was doing. But gears are another like really popular mod. If you're in there rebuilding, like putting a set of gears in, you can get that shit from the junk car for like $40. We just did it with the, if I wouldn't have brought that whole Explorer axle home for like, I paid what, $150 for that axle. If I didn't, I mean, that had like 3 or 4 mods in it too. Like, you know, we just talked about it in that video. It had gears, it had a differential for the rebuild, and it had a flange, and it had some axles. I mean, there was just a lot to be had there. It's just a lot of work to get that stuff home. But if you're going to go in there and start rebuilding your gears, you might as well go ahead. You don't need to buy a new diff. Just go get a junkyard and get you an Explorer diff. If you can't get an Explorer diff, well, just rebuild the ones you got. But the same shit that we did with the 31 spline Explorer diff is the same exact way you rebuild the 20, all the 8.8 differentials. So back in the day, for $1,000, catback, H-pipe, pulleys, and used pony wheels. Nice. Back in the day. So used pony wheels would probably run you about $250 back in the day. H-pipe and catback, probably another $500. Yeah, you're probably under $1,000 there for sure. I had a friend that had a new water pump on his, and when it was the wrong one, he just didn't notice it. So yeah, Carlos, maybe make sure you got a reverse rotation water pump. Like I run a standard on my white car because I run the standard belt forward. You see what I mean? I run a different type of water pump. AV boys in the house, always more boost. You mean more nitrous, bro? You want me to put nitrous on there? Hell yes. I did E-box springs after the stereo and sub, of course. Man, you put the stereo in your foxbody? My stereo, I ain't making no fun, Anthony. That's for sure. I think I had some in mine too. And, you know, the hatchback did make for a really good sound area, like a sound like enclosure. But you know, my stereo was a damn set of mufflers dumped. Like I'm not a dump person anymore. Like I got away. Look, exhaust dumps. I got away from that as a hatchback because for whatever reason, well, shit, it didn't matter. I guess any foxbody. Let me ask y'all: if you had a dumped exhaust, and there was nothing wrong with that, but did you get some pretty smelly shit come up through your hatchback? Was it just me? Like it would burn my eyes when I would go out and cruise and shit. Like I like my tailpipes. You know, I don't mind the bullhorn on the white car, but I'm not a big bullhorn fan to begin with. But I hated that, you know, getting you know, my car smelling like fuel all the time. Best mod. We good? Yep. I'm not even really sure why that even does that. Like, I don't know why the Wi-Fi, that's terrible. I got to pay my internet bill. We good? I don't know why. It's got to be YouTube. It's got to be YouTube. Dumps sound bad through the body isn't the jam. That's true. Window tint. Yup. Who said window tint? Tint. I don't know what it was, man. I'm not really into that tint no more. You know what I mean? We're just gonna have to deal with the I don't know it's got to be YouTube or whatever because there's just no reason for it to kick in and out. So just bear with me. The fuel smell was the worst. Ladies hated it. Man, I ain't never got I ain't had no ladies in my damn foxbody. I wasn't that good. Like it just I don't know what it was. Like you just, you know, like we always, you know, think that, you know, driving around in this badass foxbody, it was going to attract some ladies. They was all snub nosing me, bro. Maybe because my shit looked like ass. I don't know. I had like an orange fender and shit. I don't care. I don't care. I ain't winning no car shows. I ain't ever gonna win no car shows. I like my cars to be nice. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the black car nice. It's pretty nice, I guess. The white car is okay, right? But I mean, you go up in my white car. I mean, I got half my bumper like screwed on with some screws and shit. You can see some sand scratches where they really screwed the paint up like 20 years ago. Whatever. I'm good. What Gabe Large say? Nitrous. Okay. We're going to put that. Hey, I know a certain someone that travels with a nitrous to go kit. They hear in chat, and I know they're hiding. Y'all know who. Come on. Nitrous. When I seen it, I didn't believe it. Nitrous. Listen, we actually took my buddy's car out. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. He had a heavy ass GT like my black car, and all we did was we put nitrous on his. He had an emerald green. My buddy Nate had an emerald green two-tone gray hatch, and we took it to the track. We put a little sticky tire in the back, like a little drag radial, some shit. All we did was hook up like 175, 150 dry shot. I don't even remember what it was. It had the biggest jet in it. And he went like 1190s in that damn car. It's crazy. Crazy. Black Fox with dark tint is awesome. So yeah, that's one thing that I'm not real big on the tint. Really not big on the tint. But if it goes with the theme of the car, like I won't tint the black car's glass. It just doesn't go with the theme of my car. Obviously the coupe is tinted, so it's black on black, just like my GT here. But we're doing a SSP theme with that car, so we're gonna have half the car is gonna be the cream wrap, like they had. It's not gonna be painted in; it's gonna be wrapped in, so it'll look pretty cool. It'll be a different type of theme. Won't be murdered out per se, more or less than kind of modded out police car type shit. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be pretty fire, I think. Stop front. Well, my front now, bro. I really enjoyed putting an M&M steering pulleys in short belt. So I'm gonna put that pulley back on there. So we got wheels, tint, nitrous, because nitrous was the go-go juice, right? That shit was fire. Like I said, I know certain people that drive around with a small nitrous bottle and a quick connect just so they don't lose any races. It's funny. Come on. Underdrive. So we just put underdrive. That's such a long word, damn it. Only has so much space. Hey, somebody tell me why the hell we put underdrive pulleys on. I don't remember. Why the hell did we put it? Did we honestly think that was going to spin the motor better? How many of y'all put the damn mod? How many of you guys remember the mod that went between the ECT sensor? Like there was this mod that you could put. It was the engine coolant temp sensor. Was that right? It wasn't the sending. It wasn't the sending. It was the one on the heater tube, because I think that's the coolant temp sensor. And no, it's on the heater tube. So there used to be this mod that you can buy that added like 15 horsepower, and it was a no bullshit mod. Like there was like a diode or a resistor or some shit, and you put it into the signal return or something, and it would trick the computer into thinking. So the way the old computer worked was like, if I remember correctly, and I know the way open and closed loop works with the computer, it starts pulling timing when the motor would get hot. So I think what that little resistor or diode used to do, and I don't even remember the name of it. It was stupid. It was just this little mod, guaranteed to add 10 horsepower or some shit. And it wasn't wrong, because all it was doing was tricking the computer into staying into like open loop, because it wouldn't pull any timing, even though the motor was at like running temperature. Did we run that shit? Less rotation mass. That's what I thought. Parasitic loss. Okay. Makes sense. Bolt down 172 rockers. Yep. Shit. That back in the day, you could get yourself get yourself some of them 172 rockers. Shit, I got them right here. Of course I do, right? Shit, I'm here. Used to be able to buy you a set of these for like $100 because they even couple $100 because they even sold this shit. These are probably the best performance mod right here, boy. Little F3, put these little roller rockers on. These are the ones I'm always telling y'all. If you see these for sale and they're in good shape, back in the day they were made by Crane Cam. You can see the F3 number on it. Right? Let me see if you can see it. Whatever. There it is. F3 6. What is that? 6529 double like AE. Yep. So these were on Cobras. I think they were on Lightnings too, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, those are probably one of the better performance things. You just bolt them on and gain some lift from your camshaft. A 172 rocker. Back in the day, they weren't expensive neither. I think doing the that little stupid ECT mod and putting these rockers on probably gained 30 or 40 horsepower. Or not 30, like 20. Maybe 20. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. It was a resistor that made it think it was on the... That's what I thought. Do you guys remember that little resistor you could buy? We're like $20. Shit, I bought it. And shit worked. It felt like it worked. I don't know, the seat of the pants dyno. You know what I mean? Seat of the pants dyno go down the damn street. Shit. Cold air intake. I was waiting for somebody to say that. First mods. Wheels, tent. Cold air intake. Yup. Cold air. Yes, sir. It's funny how so many things have changed over the years. What do you say? V Street in Washington D.C. in the 90s was some fast cars, tons of Foxes back then. They still got a lot of Foxes now. Advanced timing spout. So that was kind of a mechanical thing. So that was kind of one of the little things that you could do, little tricks you could do. You could change your timing. I don't remember. What did we set our stock timing to? 10 degrees or 11 degrees? What was it factory? I can't remember. And I remember if you ran some decent gas, you'd be able to get about 14 degrees out of your car. Krager's on his Mach 1. What? Nice. Old school. That goes with the wheels though. That goes with the wheels. My first wheels were Cobra R's. I'm a Cobra R guy. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I've always been a Cobra R guy. I mean, I don't run that shit now, but you know, they had like an offset deep dish, not style, but like the way they were offset, depending on which Cobra R's it was. How are we going to leave off good exhaust? That's right. That's right. That's right. Waiting for y'all to say it. Cat back. Somebody said it earlier though. H pipe. So, are we talking like cat back? We talking full exhaust, right? Like just let's just gonna put exhaust. Let's not church it up here. Exhaust is exhaust. Headers. Shit, I used to make my own exhaust. That's right. Remember the Ram Air? Yes, Ram Air snorkel. Now that went underneath. That was on the passenger side. So the Ram Air, I actually had that somewhere, and I always piece it together. Sometime for some reason, the damn swap meets always have them. But there was a Ram Air box that went in place of the air box, and then there was a tube, like a dryer tube. It was like a 4-inch dryer tube, and then there was this little snorkel or some shit that was at the bottom of the like the fender. Remember, it went under the bumper or whatever, like a chin spoiler. I remember that one. Factory was 10 degrees. That's what I thought. I ran mine at around 13. Eddie, what up? Hey, what's up, Neo? Went to the track with one of my Mustangs today. Had some fun at the track. At track DA, I don't know, it must be high. And the track was crappy, but only went 10.99, but I still had fun. That's right. You just get out there and bang some gears, fellas. Get out there, have some damn fun. Whether wherever you're racing, all kinds of racing. Whether you're street racing, whether you're out there at the track on the back half, the front half, whatever. Speaking of back half, going off subject, Gabe Large, you coming up to defend your crown at Uncaged? Mac Pro Chamber with some 40s. Listen, I had a chance to get I seen somebody on Facebook recently had the midsection 3-inch for the Pro Chamber. I'm trying to get it for the black car. You guys know I made the X pipe, which was really cool, but I would actually modify the Pro Chamber to get a little more rumble out of our mufflers. Maybe, I don't know. He had it up for sale for $250, and it wasn't like, it was just the midsection. You know what I mean? It didn't have like the headers. It didn't have the mufflers or anything, but it was a 3-inch Pro Chamber. I should probably go get that. Factory was 10. I moved mine to like 13. I have a March. Yeah, March Ram. That's what I was thinking. Is it March? Yeah. Yeah. It was like a Ram setup. It had like this plastic box and it had this big old dryer tube, and then it had this like little thing that like went on a chin spoiler. Is that right? Pay for shipping and it's yours. I don't know if I'd put that on anything, to be honest. I got the big Anderson power pipe in the black car. Dad's car is a little stock bottom and turbo, which we need to get swapped over to Mass Air. Cobra Girl insert is one of my favorites. That's a good one. We'll put a little. I'm gonna put Cobra inserts, and y'all know the GTE freaking headlight covers. Come on, ain't nobody said no headlight covers. They were so ridiculous. The guy, ridiculous. Cobra insert. Like, that really wasn't a mod, but that's something that I like. If you notice on my white car, it doesn't have the Ford symbol in the middle of the bumper. We deleted it. And then my black car's got that little Cobra insert. So I like to be a little bit different. You know what I mean? I like the Cobra insert. Fuel pump, not a bad one. That's not a bad idea. We'll come back to that. I just pulled the spout and locked it at 32 degrees and didn't worry about it. That's because you're famous. You guys don't know who AV boys. This is Tony Politano. And you see the gray mare right there in his picture. That shit pulling wheels on the street. That's like a 5 foot pull, 5 foot wheelie right there, baby. All day, baby, all day. Short belt bypass. Fuel pump 190. What's up, Noel? It's good. Or Noel Rivera. What's going on, brother? So I'll make a big shout out to my guys in green here. These are my channel members. So if you guys want to check out the channel membership, it's the join button below. Appreciate you guys. Also, big shout out to Tremick and Cloud, Stiflers, Handler Motorsports. And I also want to talk real quick before we get into it. You guys see this shit? This is pretty fire right here. So my buddy Darren at New Rad Solutions has EVTMs for all of your cars. I think they're like, I don't know, 10 or 20 bucks. And it's a licensed Ford product too. So he did get the license for this. So this basically plugs into your USB and your laptop. And this EVTM right here, this isn't the actual copy that I have, is what helped me fix the black car. Remember when I had that dash wire harness? That dash wire that I couldn't find. I couldn't figure out why the hell the car wouldn't run. And it ended up being a dead wire in the dash that I found on an EVTM that he made. So New Rad Solutions, NEWRAD. The New Rad Solutions, Darren has these on his little website or whatever, and they're a pretty hot commodity. So you just plug them in your USB. Now remember, 87, 88, 89, you know what I mean? Whatever car you get, whatever car you're putting together, if you have just one, I'm going to collect them all. I'm actually going to buy the rest of them from him soon. And just to have them. But these are well worth their money because it's all the electrical and the, you can see some of the stuff in the back. It's all the schematics and stuff for the car. And these cars are getting to the age that, having that shit handy, that's going to be pretty fire. So I did want to make a mention to my buddy Darren. I told him I would, let people know that there's some good EVTM stuff out there that, if you get into a wiring situation. So anyway. So yeah, they just delivered Tony, y'all just delivered fisheye, didn't you? Yeah, we got gears on there, brother. Do we not have gears on there? Somebody said gears earlier. That's my fault. Oh, man. Yeah, we ruined our whiteboard down in Tennessee. Had too many miles on it. Gears are a good one. Favorite first mods. Subframe connectors. Well, I don't know if subframe connectors were my world favorite mod of mine because I didn't Southside. Who said Southside? David Smith. Damn. That's OG stuff right there. Here you go. Ah, son of a bitch. Look at this. Look at all these old ass mods. Look at this shit. They're laying around. Southside machine. Look at that. That's a freaking relic right there, baby. You see that? You see how they were ripping torque boxes out the damn? They're quite a bit different than the original like design of the the original foxbody style. You know what I mean? They had like a little bit of a tilt to them, per se. You know, it basically there used to. I think there was a bracket that came with this. Wasn't it like a little gold bracket that came with this? Shit, I don't remember. Southside, man. We pulled this off a car the other week. I was like, I'm gonna hang this shit on the wall. So when you see people talk about Southside machine bars, they were a pair of lower torque arm or lower control arms. It's funny you say that. Ain't that some shit? Crazy. Still running. Shit. So they were pretty. I don't remember why they went out of business, but somebody had said that Southside got sued or some shit. I don't know how accurate that was. I don't really want to talk about like hearsay or whatever, but somebody back in the day said that they got sued for the way they designed their control arms. They were ruining people's Mustangs. It's full of shit. You know, it's probably one of them. Fisheye, the Kansas deer killer, was delivered. Met Jess at the track, and we all ran the car. That's awesome. Did you put the nitrous kit in it? You serious? Gabe Large, you still running those South Sides? Those ones I just showed you. Well, if you need a spare, homeboy, I got you covered. I mean, it ain't in the best shape in the world, but shit'll do in a pinch. Run 1286, and I was gonna say, is that the quarter mile? I'm about to go get me a 4-cylinder myself and throw some nitrous at it. The rear bracket attached to the diff was adjustable. Now, the brackets I'm talking about were gold ones that actually attached. I had them on the black car for a number of years. Matter of fact, when we just took the axle back out, I actually took them out for the first time in forever. And I want to say the bracket relocated the control arm down like a notch, almost like there's a secondary notch. And it had like an arm that came up and like attached on the other side for the tube. I don't know. I thought those were part of the South Side set. That'd be dope to find the South Side set. You know what I mean? Like all of it, like NOS or like, you know, lightly used or whatever. Yeah, that's what I thought. South Side's work, but ruined your torque boxes. I asked you the last time, but Tony would know best. Is the trick flow going to make the heads that are, you talking about the 227s? Aren't those the trick flow 227s? Because I was just about to ask you that. What up, Don B? Good to see you, brother. What's up, Neo? Got him on my 87. So you guys are running some old school. I love it, man. I love that shit. I love old mods, man. I love them. I even got the old louvers in the back. Like, I should put the old louvers on the black car. I don't give a shit. Hell yeah. Yeah, so there was an old school set of brackets, and I don't know where I put them, but they attached to the lower control arm point on the 8.8. It was part of it. And it like brought the you know, one step down. I don't know. And then it had this like bracket that came up and like you attached it to the tube or something. So those were anti-squat brackets. Huh. So Southside Machine is making bolt-in subframe connectors that go from the K member to the torque box. Anyone can use them. Are they still in business? I'm still running them. Also, my best 60 foot has been 143, but I have seen people go a bit quicker with them. Nice. What's up, Frank Three Stangs? It's good to see you, brother. Southside louvers. Yeah, so you got Southsides. He got louvers on the back of his car. He's got a letter cam and flow mat. I'm telling you what, boy. You're a walking 90s poster right there, Carlos. Hell to the yeah. The Trick Flow 227s will be available here soon. Badass head. Trying to give me a set so I can put it on the 387. I'm actually about to build another one, but I ain't told nobody that yet. It's up y'all. If you follow the channel, right, and you, I don't know if you guys follow the blog shit. I mean, it's kind of hard to follow all the stuff because it's not like Facebook or Instagram where you can post stuff all the time. But like in the blog, I put a picture up of a 351 Lightning block, and we got like three. I got one sitting here, 2, 3. I got 3 351s. 2 are going to go to Dave over at the machine shop. But the one Lightning block, I'm honestly thinking about making another 387, not giving a shit. I kind of already know what I'm doing with it now because I kind of went through it with the first one. So the second one would be a better set of heads and a bigger camshaft. So I don't know. We drop it down in the black car. The almighty B cam. That's right. So what else we got on this list? Favorite first mods. I always got to have the wheels, you know. Tint was kind of like subject to the build, right? Like you had to like the car to tint it. Like it had to flow. Like I wasn't good with tint on my white car. I'm going to be honest. I just wasn't with it. I don't know why. But it fits on my black car, obviously, with the thing. Nitrous, underdrive pulleys, 172 rockers. Those were OG bolt-on. Cold air, exhaust. Now exhaust could be headers, shorty headers, long tube headers, you know, pro chambers. Cobra insert was kind of a cool mod. Changing over to E86 GT taillights. You know, I run that shit in my white car. I got rid of the old GT cheese graters. What's up, Murphy's Law 50? Good to see you. It's been a while, brother. One of my oldest members here in the channel. I'm trying to catch up here in chat. I don't know what's going on. But give me some more. Don't forget the Pine Tree air freshener. Come on. Didn't Mad TV do like some air freshener shit? What was that? There was this one like show or little skit or whatever. The lady was buying like this car and she was talking about the air freshener. Air freshener, bro. Tape deck, baby. Tape deck. What'd you guys run for audio? Like, I mean, obviously I was just a Flowmaster guy. Dump Flowmaster. Sounded so cool. I think we ran an E-cam and I think a lightning intake. Dude, I got a lightning intake for like $200 back in the day. That shit was not hard to get. Wasn't hard to get at all. I remember driving around town on like 0 oil pressure because I ended up twisting up the. I later found this out, but the oil pump drive gear, like it looked like a Twizzler. Like when I got done with it, I had a little supercharger on it. Y'all remember the P600Bs? Like P600B and like Vortec A trim. We're gonna put that on there. Y'all know we got the Vortec A trim over here in the damn box. We had it on Dad's car, and that was like one of the first original like superchargers. Like they didn't even have tuning back then. Like they were like, look, you stick this FMU on and you lock your timing at this shit, and you're gonna get maybe 6 or 7 pounds, and you might see 320 horsepower. So I'm gonna put Vortec A trim. Because I think that was before they started coming out with the VS1 or I don't know. I'm going to put Vortec A trim and Pro Charger 600B. 2 of the best ones. Pro Charger 600B. 40's dunk. I don't know about the, I definitely think the cow hood should be in that, but then that had to change all the paint and shit, you know what I mean? The front of the south side bar wasn't a Heim joint. It was a solid. and it would tweak the torque boxes going sideways if you drive them. Yep, you're right. What's up, Miguel Rivera? Good to see you, brother. I'll be converting my speed density to math when the vert comes back when I'm getting a new top. Okay. What's up, Vance Cooper? Stick shift friends. That's right. I bought my P600B in 94 and still use it. Look, P600B had this monstrosity of a bracket. Like it literally put my supercharger like in the hole, like to the right of the frame rail. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. And taking that bracket on and off was freaking terrible. And it's the same way with the Vortec brackets. And it's just like, man, I'm gonna tell you what, if you got to change an alternator, it's a debacle. That's crazy. UMI sells a lower that made the OG south sides. UMI sells a lower that's okay. Shorty antenna. Okay. Ron Davis radiator. I don't even know who Ron Davis is. I got a GT40 intake from a Lightning for like $40 2 years ago. Stop it. You want to sell it? I'll give you 80. I might give you 100 and be nice. Let's go ahead and put that on there, Chris. Good one. Somebody's like, how we go this far deep and we didn't get no exhaust on the list? I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Hood. We're just going to put hood. Shit. How many of y'all ran the old 80s like shit, that's can't see that. Like the little cow that was on the 86s and lower. You know what I'm talking about? Like you just drilled it, like you drilled holes into your factory hood and just mounted it on there. I did that. It was kind of cool. I mean, I guess. I got that hiding back there in the in my little stash of shit. I see that now. I'm gonna get another stand. I kicked it. Made me mad. I'm looking to save up for a Fox Terminator X. So sold it for $600. Sorry I missed you on Saturday last weekend. I got my water pump wiring repaired quick. Luckily, that isn't expensive. That's good. So they're going to be doing a back half race at Hebron on Saturday. It's going to be an all-day race. So if you guys are interested in doing some stick shift shit, be a good field of stick shift people there. And it's also one of our points races. So be good to be a good time. Recaro or Halo seat. So who did the 86 front GT seats in their 87, 89? Or like the seat to put in my foxbody years ago was always the 86 one because of the headrest. And then I always took the tail lights as well. Shelby County, a nice stereo system has always been one of my favorites. So if we're going to talk about stereos, which stereo did you run? Which stereo you run back in the day? I'm gonna put it on there. I myself was broke. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I had to hay bale the whole damn summer so I could have some shoes that were kind of cool when I went to school. Let me tell you what. I don't know if you live life until you spend a whole day in the damn hot sun hay baling with hayseed all over you. That's a good time. I suggest you to do it. We'll put stereo. I had what did I have? I had a bunch of radios, but what was my favorite one of them all? I think I had a Clarion CD player because all the other ones would skip and shit. Like the Jensen, the Black Punk, or however you say that. I can make fun of that now because it was my own stuff. But I think I had a Sony one that was pretty good too. Sony was pretty good back in the day. Yeah. Clarion. I had a Clarion. I had a Rockford Fosgate amp I got from a swap meet. Bro, this little ass amp was blowed, obviously. And me and my dad took it apart and seen like all these little diodes and shit that were messed up. So we just kind of like started replacing them. Like that's kind of how I learned how to solder a little bit. It wasn't very nice. It was kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like, stick welding exhaust. It's just something you don't do. Like the big rod. Anyway, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But we ended up getting it to work. Little Rockford Fosgate. I was broke, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I broke. Alpine, shit. That's the one I always wanted. Alpine was so damn expensive. Like the JL audio stuff, that shit was fire. But it was so damn expensive, man. I'm telling y'all, I was on a hay baling freaking budget. Like I did work up at the supermarket though. I did restock the supermarket like 3 or 4 days out of the week after football or some shit for like 3 hours or whatever. But I mean, you're making like $8 an hour. I mean, like after taxes, I was making like $6. I don't fucking know. It was terrible. Pioneer, okay. Flip screen. He add what? What I add? Yeah, some jams. What I miss, Mustang guy? Attack with a shift light. How can I not have that on there? Attack with a shift light. They make fun of that shit now, but I still got it on my cars and I don't give it. Damn. Don't care. I mean, it was cool, man. When you see that thing lit up, you knew you was flying, boy. You knew you was flying. I had all Sony components from Kmart. That shit'll work, though. That's for sure. Rockford Fosgate. What's up, Jesse Costa? So I only, like I said, I had to watch what kind of money I spent because, like, my stereo first went into my first car. It was like a Ford Escort. And me and my uncle and my dad painted it black with like 2 white stripes and shit. It looked like a little race car. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was like an 86 or whatever. I got a little soft spot when I'm walking through the junkyard. I see them old mid 80s little Ford Escorts and shit. You know what I mean? It was a 4-door too, of all things. But I put wheels on that shit. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. They were like 13 by 8 deep dish, like reversed. I don't know if you know what that means, but like they kind of stuck out a little bit. Looked like a damn little roller skating shit. I shouldn't be telling y'all this. But well, whatever. That was before my Mustang had some sounds in it. That's what we used to run with. I had like a 1986 stick shift. Okay. Obviously, like every car I've driven in my life was stick shift. I mean, as far as like coming up, right? So I had, what did I have? Dang it. I had a Clarion CD player that I bought used, but I originally started with like a Jensen because I was broke. And then we got like a Rockford Fosgate amp that we fixed. And then I ended up buying some 20, were they Sony 12s? I think I built my own box because, my dad had had like a jigsaw and shit, you know what I mean? I cut my own holes and, you just buy some, what was it? Particle board? I think that's what it was called. You know what I mean? We just bought some particle board and screwed some screws into it, put some cheap ass carpet on it. I'll tell you what, it was good times, bro. Take me back tomorrow. Got to break the sawzall on. I did a lot of hay baling back in the day. Man, I'll tell you what, boy. I almost became immune to it. Like, for like 3 years straight, we would get hired by my best friend's grandfather to help him like hay bale this like 200 freaking acre field, right? And it was terrible. It was like a week of terror. We did it 2 weeks in a row. And he always gave them more money because, damn it, that was his family. And he didn't tell us how much he gave us, but then I'd make like $200. It was pretty cool. Then I bought some Nike flights. So I buy shoes from both of those because, I couldn't afford. My mom would give me some, would buy me some cool, some cool clothes here and there. You know what I mean? I wasn't broke, but I mean, I had football spikes and all that shit. Yeah, I don't know. That was the come up, bro. That was the come up. I don't regret a minute of it. Not a minute. I learned a lot of lessons when I was younger, how to budget shit and how to fix stuff. Steering wheel swap, Pioneer for me. I used to run an old Orion. Wow. That was an amp, wasn't it? Or did they have like, I don't remember them having anything other than JVC, Pioneer, and Alpine were all great. You're right. Pioneer wasn't bad. Kenwood was good. Miguel, a kicker solo barrack, 15, of course. Did you have that? Did you have that all like, wasn't there like a splitter or some shit? I don't remember. I got an Alpine Kenwood and thought it was the shit bumping. I'm half deaf from my shit. I used to drive into school, and this is 100% no lie. I used to drive into school bumping to "She's My Cherry Pie." Who sang that? Warrant? That shit was so loud. She's my cherry pie. Everybody. That's some good ass times, boy. You can laugh at yourself. That's funny. Yeah, that shit was funny. Everybody be looking at me like this. Oh shit. I posted that earlier. What'd you post up earlier, Dave LaRue? Monster Attack? It's on there. I bet you had the So Far So Good Brian Adams. Shit, son. I had everything from NWA to Brian Adams. Shit is funny. That's funny you bring that shit up. The Club, stop it. I didn't have a club. Was that like that wasn't George Michael, but what was the other one, man? Man, I'm not even gonna get into it. Oh man, throwing bales with the ants and all the itching. Let me tell you what, ain't nobody was more mad than me, because the guys I threw the bales with were two guys I played football with, right? And I was best friends with them, my buddy Dave and Brad. And let me tell you what, I had to walk home. No, they wouldn't even give me a ride home, because they knew, like them some bitches, they knew that I had to walk like a mile home or more. It was just about a mile from his grandpa's house. And it was hot as shit. And I was full of hayseed. And it was just the life. Let me tell you what, life was suck at that point. And I tell you, I sat in my tub at home at my mom and dad's house literally for hours trying to just, man. What's up, Adventures of Super Dave? I appreciate the $20 super chat, super sticker. Thanks for joining up. It's good to see you. I ain't seen you in a couple of weeks, brother. We're talking about stereo. We're talking about favorite first mods. And we got to talking about some stereos, and I'm just tell you what, there's some good times with that shit. Bumping that song in the roller skate, that's right. She's My Cherry Pie in 1986. I'll tell y'all, I ain't got no damn shame. I don't give a damn. I'm going to tell y'all. I don't care. This is who I am. This is what I do. What I used to do. Had a 1986 Ford Escort that my dad gave me. We painted it black with 2 racing stripes. I put some wheels on it. Right? That's what we're talking about right here. Because the same shit that I did on my Escort, my very, very first car, which was stick shift. Let's not get that wrong. It's the same stuff that I did to my first Mustangs. And it's just, and it's kind of funny how life changes. You know what I mean? And it's just like you go from, like, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have any stereos in my car anymore. And like I pulled home a parts car about 6 or 7 years ago from Detroit. And it had a really nice intake and exhaust. The motor was good. Car was rotted out. It had a set of Sony Explode setup in it. And I remember driving it through town trying to, verify certain, I was trying to get the car to run right. And it finally ended up getting it run right. And I think it was the last time I actually had some subs or whatever. And and I almost convinced myself to put that shit in the black car. So I don't know. I'm too old for that shit now. Sway bar delete in 7030s. Okay. Bring us back, player. Yeah. Shit, bro. If I could go back to the 90s, I would, knowing at least somewhat of what I know now, I'd have opened up, just Dan's Go Fast like garage with foxbodies, and I'd be like, "Come here, I got a couple ideas." I would be putting those resistors on people. I'd be tuning people's shit up, and like, listen, I got this idea to be able to tune these computers. I'm gonna tell you what, we have a good time. We'd have a good time. I'm 30. I play Magic by heart in mind every time I start cruising. That's right. Take me back, baby. Throwing bales and dark green burgers. Worth every penny. What's dark green burgers, though? Is that like horse shit? I mean, I'm not making fun, bro. I'm not making fun whatsoever, bro. When I was growing up, it was my mom and my sister that didn't have much money. I would not change anything if I go back to the 70s. A great time. I'll tell you what, man. Drag lights and skinnies. I was waiting for somebody to say that. Did I get your email? No, hold on, Shelby. I'll check it. What's up, Jesse Workman? Good to see you, brother. I'll do anything. I'll tell you what. Them 90s times, bro. Let me look real quick. I did send you the banner. I got a couple of banners that went out. Yeah, your banner, if you're talking about the banner, it went out, bro. My first stick shift was my third car, and it was my first new car. So you went with a Jetta, huh? Okay. Somebody said drag light and skinnies. We're gonna go ahead and put that on there. Which drag light and skinnies did you run? Wasn't there center lines? I think there was welds. I'm gonna put wheels up here. I'm gonna put Cobra R's because that's what I was going with right there. Take me back, bro. You see that shit now? I mean, I did a lot like that Vortec A trim. That was something cool to do here on the channel. That was old school. The Mac Pro, Flow Path Pro Chambers. We always did the 172 rockers. I've never really done the underdrives. We put nitrous on Dad's car. We ran Cobra R's for years. We've done all that shit here on the channel. I won't lose. I won't have a street car without a stereo. Every time I put my shit in the street car class, at least I know I'm in the rule. Okay, so in my white car, like I told Cousin Paul kind of the same thing. Like, if we're going to have like a streetcar style true street car, like we got to at least look like one. So if you looked inside of my white car, you would see that I got like a whole interior minus a rear seat because I don't want anybody sitting in the back of my car anyway. So I used to have a rear seat delete, but kind of got in the way of some of the stuff we were doing back there with our parachute and stuff. So I just kind of just put the carpet down. Anyways, it's kind of funny because Cousin Paul actually he mocked up a heater box face and he mocked up a radio face. Like I have nothing behind my dash. And, we took the, box out and all that. I did that here on the channel, but I took the radio face of an old radio that didn't work. Cause all of them freaking stopped working because the LEDs blow out. And we chopped the face off and we glued it into our console. And like, it looks like I got so many people that make compliments about, man, I can't believe you still run the stock radio. And I'm like, bro, if that thing turns on, you can take this car home because it's just the face of the radio. I'm like, if that thing turns on, we're talking some Christine shit. That's got to go. Not even gonna lie to y'all. How many of you guys ran, and tell me you did it. How many of you guys ran the 4-lug aluminum skinnies that you got from a Thunderbird in a junkyard as your front skinnies for your drag racing setup? Tell me I'm wrong. Talk to me. I did it. I had a set of turbines that were on a set of ET Street drag radios. They were 15x8s. I'm taking you back now. They were 2 turbines that nobody gave a shit about. I even had 4 screws in them. I got them from my buddy Vince, who used to run 11s on his nitros car back in the 90s and the early 2000s. And around here, he was kind of a street guy. So, I mean, he was always hard to beat. But I remember we had somebody had told me you can get these aluminum wheels from the junkyard. And sure as shit, I went to the junkyard in early 2000 and found 2 of them sitting in the back of like Thunderbirds and stuff. They were like the same. Why can't you Why can't you can a speed density Mustang? Cam? Because of the way the computer works. My first stick shift was also my first Fox 79. Nice. R trim? I don't think I've ever heard of the R trim. Is that old? A trim was the only one I really. There was a B trim too. Put on a Steeda Triax shifter on and thought I was just won the lottery. I love it. Listen, ain't no. I'll tell you what. That the stock shifter is so freaking sloppy. It's not even funny. Like that's got to be if you got a stick shift. Like I don't care how good your stock shifter is and how good it still feels. That thing is just dangerous. Like there's a reason why, and they got like this rubber mount and stuff. I don't like that at all. It never was a good thing. Centerline auto drag wheels with the solid aluminum wheels was the most all Foxes had well drag lights. You're damn right. Take me back. 12-inch kicker, just hammers in the back of mine. Love that shit. I have my engine and parts sitting and cleaned up for assembly. It's been 4 years for my car sitting there. You got to get that shit together, baby. Got to get that shit together. Matt Wright, I got a banner. Is that right? I got a banner for you. Or was it a t-shirt? You guessed a weight on something. So I still got your email pinned, and I needed to talk to you in BBQ 5.0, which is the barbecue 5.0, because he had said he was sending me an email. He didn't. So I wanted to make reference. Shelby County, I sent yours out with, I can't remember who the other person was. And I got Anthony L set up now. So you guys, you'll be getting your banners here this week because I got 3 to send out. So first car was a Dodge truck, 318 4-barrel. You should have put a 360 in it. We're like the same damn motor, though. I looked for months trying to find skinny spares. Let me tell you what, man. That was the cheater way of doing it. That was the cheater way. Turbines on some screws with some street tire, like, street drag radio, some shit that was given to you, right? You say, hey, put these on. This should have worked. That was always the famous last words. And then some skinny ass aluminum wheels, like spare wheels. It was funny, baby. R trim turned into T trim. That's what I thought. I thought there was another one. The T trim was after the same, whatever. Powerdyne. Shit, why did we think about that? How many of y'all had a Powerdyne? I did until I broke the belt. And did you know that they actually had like that was like a vacuum cleaner belt? Like I want to say it was a vacuum. I want to say the Powerdyne belt. You could take the Powerdyne apart and put another belt in there. It was like a vacuum cleaner belt or some shit. It was crazy as hell. I got to put that on there with the Vortec, though. We got to talk about Powerdyne, yo. That was fire. God, I remember this shit. This is when it was. I mean, we say this was easy back in the day, but this wasn't easy. What was it? What was it? B10A. What was the Powerdyne name? What was the nomenclature? B10. What was it? I'm not going to Google it. I'm going to let y'all. King Cobra clutch. God, that thing was terrible. I got a King Cobra clutch sitting over here in the wall as a wall mount. That had the worst pedal effort in the world. I was like I was working out. My calves are big because of that shit. It was a very good. The T-trim was? No, it's okay. Lil Red. Speed density doesn't have the ability to adjust air and fuel. So like what a MAF can do is it can calibrate the amount of air coming into the motor, so it can make adjustments to the fuel table. So speed density pretty much has a set of tables in their computer, and it's not very adjustable. Obviously, you can still boost speed density, but you have to trick it with the FMU, which is like a fuel management unit. And the way we did it with my dad's car, we didn't have like back in the day, that's like old tech. And there was all blowers back in the day for the most part, except for like the Incon. I think it was Incon turbo setups that nobody ever ran anyways. It was made for Corvettes, but he did make a foxbody one. Anyways, long story short, they did make speed density cams that you could, but they weren't worth the money. You might as well just supercharge them at that point or whatever. I learned to drive stick in a truck the day I bought it. I worked with a guy that sold it. He let me learn. Yeah, he's like, hey, yeah, you're good. Here's the keys. That's basically what my dad said. My dad looked at me, and ain't no bullshit. My dad looked at me. He said, "I'll give you this car." He hinted towards it, right? You know, if your parents say anything remotely like favorable, then you're gonna hold it to him, right? He's like, "I'll let you if you can drive this car stick shift." He's like, "You can drive this car, you can have it." I was like, "Shit." I drove that thing around our driveway for like 10 hours straight, figuring out how to go first, second, third. Because, you know, stick shift, pretty much the hardest part is for second and third, kind of driving around and stopping and going or whatever. But, you know, he was going to give me the car anyways. But, you know, I ended up, like, I think the first things I was doing was like changing the carpet and putting the stereo in it, putting wheels on it. And we wanted to get it painted and all this other shit. So, well, I think we painted it with some industrial paint we got from Western Auto. Y'all have Western Autos somewhere? Y'all remember Western Auto? Come on. Yeah, I got your name here. Powerdyne was local to us, down the street. BD11, that's it. I thought it was 10. Shit, I don't know. BD, it used to be a vacuum cleaner belt, if I remember correctly. And local to you is what? Cali? It's Cali? What's up, Barbecue 5.0? I was just talking about you. I need you to send me an email because I got your banner. I got yours and two others I got to send out. Sorry, I was washing the car. It's all good. My leg used to shake. Let me tell you what. I almost had to learn to stick shift with my right leg with that King Cobra clutch and shit. That shit was terrible. I mean, it was like it was like leg press every day. Clutch cable. I mean, it would tear my. I mean, I don't know how many. I think I probably went through at least one or two cables with that clutch. It was bad. I remember when the intercooler Pro Charger came out. It was a big deal. Yeah, there was definitely a problem with the air intake temperatures. They would get up over 200 on us with the P600B. It was, you know, obviously we get up around 12 pounds of boost. It was getting pretty bad. First stick shift I ever drove was a semi. A4 block was a good one. Move battery to the hatch and trunk. Ten years ago, I had a Chevy Chevette. Oh man, listen. We used to go, and again, this is another non-bullshit lie. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like we used to go to church. Like my dad and mom were very, you know, they're Christian oriented, and to this day, you know, God bless them. But we used to drive a Chevy Chevette to church on Sunday, and I remember sitting in between my dad and mom because I had people, you know, I had my sister and other family in the back. We were taking them to church and stuff in a Chevette. And I used to sit between them like on the console or whatever. And my dad used to let me shift the car first to second to third and shit like that. So it was some good memories from back in the day. And like, I just knew that I was just like, my dad would like rev it up too. You know what I mean? He would, you know, it was just, and they were talking about a Chevette. I mean, it was like a force, like 100 horsepower 4-cylinder. So, I mean, to me, it was like a freaking NASCAR. And it was like when I was like 8 and shit, like 8 or 9 years old. I was destined to be a stick shift racer. Like, it brings me to my kids. Like my son, he's 15. He just got his temps like 2 months ago. I said, you need to get your ass in the black car, and we need to figure out this. You know, you need to start stick shifting tomorrow. And that's going to be something I do bring to the channel, is teaching my kid how to stick shift. And then maybe somebody who's kind of younger in the generation might have the, you know, might catch a little, you know, might catch a little experience from that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know you could do that. So like I shift the TKX without a clutch when I'm in motion. Like I don't use the clutch second, third, fourth. I don't ever use it past once I launch, because you don't need to. Like I don't grind any gears. It's not hard on the synchros. It's kind of like a, you know, rev shifting, rev matching, whatever you want to call it. But I haven't been shifting my TKX for probably 2 years now with the clutch, and when I get in the second, third, and fourth. And I know Hanlon's sitting here on the horn somewhere like, oh, here we go. That's why the shit is broke, Neo. But it's not. So, yeah. I just heard about Carter's Custom. Yes. So I did want to make a couple quick shout outs real quick. So if you guys would keep Carter's Customs in your prayers, as well as Big Three Racing. We were always, good friends, acquaintances with anything Big Three had going on. I didn't quite know who Carter's Customs was, but I did see him show up at Motor City Fox Fest. So the wonderful people. I did want to make special reference again to Big Three Racing, as both of these shops actually burnt down recently. And we're talking about successful upcoming businesses, and you don't like to see that in the community. I mean, obviously, if there's anything that we can do here with Neo to help, obviously, that's something that we're going to consider. But, keep those guys in your prayers and in your hearts, because nobody got hurt. I don't think at Carter's either, but nobody got hurt at Big Three. But they put their heart and soul into that business, and to see it burn to the ground with customer stuff, I would imagine they had some customer stuff in there. It's pretty heartbreaking. And, I don't know what I would do if that happened to me as well. I mean, it's just something that, you want to keep in your hearts, keep in your prayers. Hopefully things, work out with those two businesses. So I did want to make special mention to those, Rick and Chuck and those guys over at Big Three and the people at Carter's Customs. So it's not very nice to see shit like that. People in, these are people in the community. Okay. These are successful businesses in the community that are actively, enhancing, people's experiences with their vehicles, with the aftermarket, whether it's, building of or custom or whatever. So they're just good people. So I did want to make mention of that real quick. So yeah. Anyways, we still here? Everybody still here? It was I don't know. Nobody really knows how either one of the fires actually happened. But it is what it is. It's not something that, probably anybody will know. Things happen. And I look out for the hopefully the prayers go to their family and friends and people that that affected their life. So what happened to my chat? Big ass turbo. All right. Anyways, we have a I didn't mean to get it felt I had to say something in my heart, because it's Big Three Racing, especially, what they've done for some of my friends and some of their cars and some of their, many customers. It's unfortunate, very professional, very, very good, shop, very reputable, proven. It's just, I hope things, they come back stronger. I hope things work out really well for them. I really, really, really do. You don't wish that on nobody. So we're going to give away a banner. Y'all ready to give away a banner? Which one of y'all want to get? I got a pretty shitty track record in sending banners out. So get it sometime next year. Now we'll give away. I got a Tremec one is sitting here out of the pile here. So we'll give away a Tremec one. So we got a 6-footer Tremec. Let's go, baby. Hashtag Tremec. Let's go. Beat it with a stick. So I think I am gonna. What do you guys think of me shooting a video with my son, trying to teach him how to stick shift? I ain't talking about stick shift racing and shit, but I think that would be pretty cool content, don't you think? I mean, you might as well just throw them right into the fire, baby. Put them right in the black car. Shit, if you can handle this car, you can handle any stick car for sure. That'd be some funny shit. That'd be some good. In my opinion, stick shift is, we gotta make sure that stick shift stays, stays prominent, fellas. They ain't making stick shift cars no more. You know what I mean? They really ain't. We got to keep stick shift alive. We got to teach our young generation how to drive that shit. You know what I mean? Got to teach them how to drive. It's kind of sad, though. It's just, you don't like to see stick shift. It just seems like it's just not an easy class. It's just not an easy class to promote anymore. And there's no doubt in my mind, stick shift's gotten a lot faster this year than it did last year. You know what I mean? But, I really hope that we can keep stick shift alive. I mean, the no prep scene's pretty strong. If you can get 10 or 12, 15 cars at one spot, stick shift racing, that's always a good time. I think last year at Uncaged, I think there was like 24 cars. There was quite a bit there, but you never see a whole lot of money on stick shift. That's what I'm trying to change next year. We got a big race at the end of September. We're kind of tied for the championship ring for the NMRA stick shift for the year, for the total time. I'm hoping that I can get the ring and get it at PRI and maybe get some money for our classes, because next year I want to do shootouts. We're probably not going to do a shootout at Ford Takeover. We're going to do a shootout at other tracks. I think I'm going to change it up a little bit next year. I'm definitely going to be going to Texas 2K or FL 2K or both. I really wanted to try one of those races. I want to travel a little bit with the coupe, because we're going to be really hardcore on the coupe once this season's over with, because the white car should be good enough to put away and store or whatever. But I want to find some money at PRI for the stick shift guys, for the class, because this shit's bigger than me. You know what I mean? Whatever I can do to try to keep the class rolling, to help the class grow with, some of the sponsors that we have in stick shift, like Tremec and McLeod and, G-Force and Liberty Gears and just to name a few, whatever I can do to keep the class, keep people, building the shit and coming out and having some fun with them. That's what we're going to do. So I have a friend tell me that most cars in Mexico were stick shift. I told him that in US, that's called auto theft, anti-theft. That's right. Not a whole lot. So hashtag Tremec, I did have a few people that we, Neo, check your email. I just sent you the information. Yeah, I got you, brother. Sweet. Gotcha. All right. So, Vance, you already got one, baby. I got one on the side over here. Yo, Neil, I have 2.5 Mac Pro dumps. You interested? I'm not interested in the 2.5, but somebody might in here, though. Let me go ahead and spin through this. And the winner is Jesse Costa. What's up, brother? I got you. Congrats, brother. Send me your information, Jesse. Funny thing is that actually first email sent without the Y's. That's awesome. Congratulations, Jesse. You know my email, right? So, all right. Got some cool mods here on our little favorite first mods. We got some we got coming up this week. So I did a bead log video. You guys see the bead locks behind me. I got some wheels I'm going to be showing you guys that we got for the white car. We did a bead log video with tubes, but I ended up pulling the tubes out of the bead log because, well, they tore. I didn't even put them on the car yet. And they already tore the damn stem off of them. But anyway, it's just kind of a how-to video to help somebody who's, I was actually talking to Tony, if he's still here in chat, and I kind of figured it out with him how to put double bead locks on pretty easy. So it'll help somebody. You know what I mean? So we got bead lock video coming up this week. We went and picked a car. So we did find another parts car here locally with a friend of ours named Jim. You guys got to see this car that he had in his shop. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. So we're going to be doing that video. We got Dad's car. We're converting to Mass Air this week. We got the Vibrant. We got a lot of videos to catch up on. We're not going to be racing probably till the end of August. I need to really focus on, getting to NMRA because NMRA changed where it's all heads up now if you get into the shootout. So that's going to be interesting. So I want to kind of focus on that so I can still bring home the ring. Try to, at least. And we also have a couple races in September. But we may travel to Cecil County to race with Hanlon second week of September. Or we're going to do the stoplight. I'm not really sure. I really, really like the stoplight that we do every year. But is the white or black car tubbed, or what size slicks you run? 28, 10.5. Neither one of them are tubbed. What's up for the next exhaust comparison? That's this week. We're doing the Vibrant. My man Cassius. My man Cassius from... Now, these are the first mufflers that we're going to be giving away. So Cassius from Vibrant gave us these mufflers to give away on the channel. So we're going to do the video. We're going to drive on them for a couple weeks. And then these are going to go to somebody here on the channel. So I'd appreciate, unless you're planning on going with a 3-inch and not, don't get them just to try to sell them. But we're not going to, we're going to be giving them away after we run them for a while. And then we're going to do SLPs, and we're going to do Black Widows and Neighbor Haters or whatever. So I got to get caught up. We've done three mufflers so far. We've done the Mac, the Flow Pass, the Flowmaster 40s, and we did the Deltas. And we're going to do the Vibrants, the SLPs, the Neighbor Haters. I think I'm going to do the Warlocks because I really want to see what they sound like. There's a couple other ones, too, that you guys were talking about. We got a nice little list of them. But we're going to keep making cool little videos like that. What's up, Second Shift Racing? My man Garrett Leach in the house. Good to see you, brother. What's up, baby? So, yeah, that's our buddy at Cassius over at Vibrant hooked us up with these 3-inch mufflers, and we're going to, like I said, we're going to do the video this week. We're going to drive around them for a couple weeks, and then we're going to give them away right here on live. So that's going to be something courtesy of Cassius at Vibrant to make sure you guys, give him a big thumbs up when you see him or hear about it. So, Cecil County is my home track. Yeah. So there's a big race on September 14th. Yeah, September 14th that my buddy Justin Corsentino invited me to. I think he's part of the stick shift, coordinating the stick shift thing there. There's a whole bunch of shit going on that day on top of no prep, but there's also like power wheels, and there's a bunch of really cool stuff like family. It's going to be like a family stuff. It's going to be big. So I don't know if I'm going to go yet, but I've always told Hanlon that I would come out and race with him in his area because he comes out to mine. And I think that would probably, even considering the fact that that's my buddy Brandon's stoplight race that night, I think it would be kind of, it kind of sucks because, you have to kind of pick and choose because there's so many races to go to every year at this point. I hope it stays like this for a while. I mean, maybe not so much like the pop-up races, the no prep races. I'm not really care for too much for those, but something that's well thought out and put together with some of the promoters. I think that I look forward to stuff like that. I wish Fun Ford Weekend would return. So that's what I kind of, the Ford Takeover was something that I always referenced Fun Ford Weekend with. I thought it was always good. There's a Vortec 2-valve. I have Widowmaker 10 on the 94. What 28, 10.5, 15 do you recommend? Stiff wall, 100% stiff wall. The stiff wall design for a stick shift car is without a doubt. We tried the CO7s, which are still a stiff wall, but I didn't like them very much. But the Mickey 3055S's are the ones you want to get with. I bet you smoke Hanlon. Man, I ain't trying to race them. I'm trying to race with them. Listen, I race, I win, I lose. I don't give a shit. I'm there to have a good time. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna lie. everybody, you know, I want to win. Don't get me wrong, man. But you know, if I lost to one of my stick shift homies, I'd be like, man, I don't even care. I want them to win it. And I was really hoping he would win Kings of Columbus. He just wasn't in the cards. But he's done fixed his car since Kings of Columbus to go down straight because he raced the Supra and nice car, man. I mean, it is what it is. The Vibrant Ultra Quiet, it sounds real good. So when Kasha sent me these and they said ultra quiet on them, I'm like, man, I don't need quiet mufflers. He's like, no, man, put them on. Just put them on. I was like, okay, I trust you, brother. So, but yeah, we got a couple of really good videos coming up. I mean, we don't have a whole lot. I don't think we're going to be, we might put, we are going to make a push for the axle. I know I've been doing a lot of axle shit here, but that's because it's relevant. It's what we're doing here in the channel right now. We're getting the coupe axle ready for the coupe, kind of to get it ready to get shook down and welded up. You know, we had to update the one in the black car because that's a temporary axle in there, so I can get to doing some burnouts and maybe do a little bit of racing. So hashtag Vibrant. He's already in this shit. I'll make sure I put that extra entry in. I agree with the 408 better than a Coyote. I agree with the 408 Windsor better than a Coyote. I'd love to do a race at 42. The last one was a good time. Stick shift is really anybody's race. You're damn right. I mean, Miguel actually, he does a lot of filming for us here on the channel. So some of the stuff that you see me put up that's like 2 or 3 or 4 minutes, like the races, that's pretty much Miguel giving me footage. And he even went to a couple of races that I wasn't able to attend. So I don't know if you're going to Uncaged this weekend, but if you do the stick shift class down there, Miguel, I'll definitely put it up for 100%. The axle stuff is good stuff. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I do a lot of how-to shit that's not going to get 30,000 views. I'm okay with that. It's there. It's there for reference, and it's there to use in case you need it. It is what it is. I mean, this is how you rebuild a differential, whether it's 28 spline, 31 spline, or whatever, all the way up to 04. So it is what it is. I've been watched your junkyard videos while I was stuck in traffic. Appreciate that, baby. I appreciate that. So you got any just so you guys know, this is Garrett Leach with Second Shift Racing. Go check out his channel. He does some really, really good content. A lot of modular stuff, which is still our foxbody brothers, all the way up to 04. I don't care what anybody says. Before we get out of here, Garrett, do you have anything that you're doing with the Tamer? So if you guys have heard about, I don't know if I call it the G unit, but that was kind of funny when we did say it because his name's Garrett. It's you got any information? I'll make a special shout out before we get out of here for the $20 super sticker to my man at Super Dave. I appreciate you, brother. Some buffering. What's that mean? So yeah, I'd love to do another 42 race as well, Vance. And that's kind of where we're at with stick shift racing here in Ohio. For me, I'm going to try to get out there and get some money. By the end of the year, I'm going to go out to some of the sponsors at PRI and really kind of hit them up with a proposal. I'm also going to come to some of my sponsors with a proposal and try to bring a little bit more to stick shift racing. We probably won't be racing a lot as much as we did this year. Like this year was an eight race venue. I think we're going to do like I'm going to split it up. I'm going to do a little no prep racing and I'm going to do a little prep racing and try to get some money for some stick shift racing, because it's just, you don't really see a lot of stick shift racing having any money on the pot. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, I can double back on some of these other larger events to bring bigger crowds into their venues, like maybe Small Tire Wars, or maybe some stuff that we got on at Coonley going on, or even Milan. I heard, Milan works pretty good with people. So, you know, we may travel a little bit and try to do some stick shift shit around the country. Buffering big time now. What do you mean? Was it? Damn. I'm telling you, that's YouTube, fellas. It's YouTube. It's not my internet. I don't know what was going on tonight, but you know, it kept kicking me in and out. And it, you know, obviously you say it was buffering. Unfortunately, are on the way from across the pond. Got 3,000 pieces coming, so Fox guys can be rolling real soon. Nice. So if you're still here in the chat, Tony, this is the guy. If you guys are interested in messing with a clutch tamer at all, I think Garrett's unit's pretty good. You know, I've seen a handful of clutch tamers in my time, and I'd have to say it's probably one of the, if not the best setups that I've seen to date. There's some good mechanical ones out there, but this one kind of runs on a solenoid, if I remember correctly. Skylar Hardy runs one in his car, loves it. I think Watt's got a prototype one, and he's going to put in his car. He's going to try it. But I mean, I use my foot. You know, always been really deadly with my foot, and you know, it is what it is. But you know, I wouldn't mind messing with it a little bit. So, if you're still here in chat, this is the Tony. This is the fellow that runs that stuff. So, anyway, stick shift racing is so much fun to watch. I appreciate that. I just want to keep it alive. It's never going to be the biggest class, but if you see anything above 12 to 15 people at a race, that's always a good thing. So, what rate coilover spring would you recommend on a Fox Thunderbird? Coilover, like in the front? It just depends on your ride suspension. It depends on your whole suspension, how you set it up. What do you think about a 351 with GT40 heads? Thinking about doing a cheap junkyard build? Absolutely. Absolutely. What do you think was on that was basically a Lightning combo. Lightning's had GT40 heads on a 351. It's a good setup. So, no, I was talking about the second shift racing guy, Tony, the guy that had that tamer we were talking about. I don't know if you even really wanted to mess with one or not, but this is the fella here. It's got some. It's got a really nice clutch tamer. If there was one I was going to try, it would be his. So, anyway. So, like I said, I got a couple videos coming up this week. We're going to keep hammering the algorithm and try to get some views and get some info up on the channel. Have a little bit of fun with it. We're going to finish up the black car's axle, get Dad's car swapped over to Mass Air, and do a little bit of stick shifting in that. And we got to fix the white car. We got some beat up springs, and we're putting a coil unplug setup in the white car. I told you I was going to talk about it earlier, and I forgot. But we got a pretty dire situation with our white car. We got to get the car back into the. We haven't ran a 5 since Tennessee, and I think I hurt some shit in Tennessee. So we'll figure it out. You know what I mean? You see Hanlon comment. What do you say? Yeah, I appreciate that. That's my dude. Got Dan's old Sinister Iron Mantic in my car yesterday. Got it to slip just fine. Just fine with a tamer. Nice. I ain't ignoring you, baby. Come on. Yep. Make sure you have good spark. And yeah, so adding GT40s onto a 351, even a stock bottom end one's gonna up the compression quite a bit. So just make sure you don't run too big of a camshaft. Anyway, all right, fellas, this is pretty much all I got for you tonight. I appreciate you guys for showing up. We got some stuff. We got some good stuff coming out this week. Like I said, just you know, peek at it for a minute. If you guys appreciate it, leave me a thumbs up on all of it. Guys, appreciate the channel. Want to check out that join button, become a member. Appreciate my members here in green in my chat. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and head out. Congratulations to Jesse Costa for the banner. I will get the other guys' banners out. I got Barbecue 5.0 and Matt Wright, and the other ones are already on their way. Vance, I still got one set aside for you too. I ain't forgot about you, but I appreciate you guys. I appreciate running down 90s. You know, this is what we got. First mods, man. We talked about stereos probably the longest, and I'll tell you what, stereos was my first love. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But I do appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Get your shit out the jack stands. Make a plan. Make it happen. That's what we do here on the channel. We break some shit. We fix it. We don't stare at it. So make sure you try to get your car running, even if it's not running the best. Keep that shit off the jack stands. But outside of that, appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you soon this week.